There is a moment late in the afternoon when the house grows quieter without becoming calm. The light shifts on the kitchen counter, touching crumbs and a half-washed mug. A chair is pulled back with a small scrape, then left where it is. Someone sighs, not loudly, just enough to notice. The day has been full, yet nothing stands out as wrong. Tasks were done, words were spoken, doors opened and closed. Still, the body feels heavy, as if it carried something unnamed. The clock keeps time with a patient sound. Outside, a neighbor's car passes. Inside, the room waits, holding the ordinary pause that arrives before evening. It lingers briefly, like a held breath between one thing and another. The stove is off, but it still gives back a little warmth. A pot sits with its lid tilted, and a thin line of steam fades into nothing. The sink holds a small pile of bowls that will be loud if touched too quickly. A child's sock is on the floor near the doorway. It is the kind with a tiny cartoon face, slightly worn at the heel. It looks left behind, but it is only resting there, like everything else. The phone lights up, then goes dark again. A message can wait, and the waiting does not feel noble. It only feels like tiredness, simple and plain, the way shoulders settle when the day finally loosens. Somewhere down the hall, a door closes with a soft click. A drawer opens, then closes, as if someone is searching for a pencil and finding nothing worth naming. The house keeps making small sounds that do not ask to be interpreted. There are people who carry tiredness like an obvious bruise. There are also days when tiredness comes without a story. It arrives even when the calendar looks normal, even when nothing has fallen apart. The dish soap smells faintly of lemon. Hands move without enthusiasm, rinsing one bowl, then another, watching water run clear. A spoon slips and taps the metal sink, a bright sound that fades quickly. A child drifts in, not fully speaking. Hair sticks up at the crown, and there is a crease on the cheek from a nap. The child pauses by the counter, eyes moving over the mug, the crumbs, the quiet face in the room. A small question appears, then disappears. Not the kind that needs answers, only the kind that proves someone is near. The child leans into the edge of the counter and waits, the way children do when they have already decided to stay. The adult body stands there, still working, still present. Tired, but not broken. There is no emergency, no visible reason to brace. A towel is pulled from its hook. It is damp at one corner from earlier hands, and it smells like cotton and yesterday's laundry. The towel presses against a plate, and the plate becomes dry and ordinary again. In the living room, a show plays too brightly, volume low. A character laughs, and the laugh feels far away. It is possible to watch without absorbing anything. The child's fingers find a cracker from a bowl on the table. The cracker makes a small snapping sound, then disappears. Crumbs gather at the child's lips, then get wiped away with the back of a hand. The adult notices the crumbs, and also the absence of anything dramatic. That absence can feel strange. It can feel like standing in an empty room after guests leave, hearing the quiet and wondering if something was forgotten. The table holds a stack of papers. A permission slip, a receipt, a list written too quickly. None of it is heavy on its own, yet it sits there like a thin layer of dust over the evening. A glass is filled halfway with water. The surface trembles, then becomes still. The first sip is not refreshing, only present, cool in the mouth, a small fact in the middle of tiredness. A child's voice calls from the hallway, asking where a sweater is. The question is ordinary, almost musical in how often it returns. The answer comes out, not sharp, not warm, simply placed in the air like a spoon set beside a bowl. The adult looks at the clock again. It is not late, but the body behaves as if it has crossed some invisible line. The day has used up its portion of strength, and there is no need to blame anyone for that. A chair is nudged back under the table. The sound is gentle, wood against tile. In the kitchen light, the child's sock is picked up, folded once in a loose way, and set on the edge of a basket. Evening settles without asking permission. The light outside softens, and the window reflects the room back onto itself. What looked unfinished a moment ago now simply looks like a house being lived in. Shoes wait by the door, slightly crooked. One pair belongs to no one in particular anymore, only to the habit of leaving quickly. Another pair is small, toes scuffed, laces tied into stubborn knots. The refrigerator opens and closes. Cold air brushes the legs, then disappears. There is a quiet pause while someone looks inside, not searching for anything special. A container is taken out, then put back. Another one follows, heavier, making a dull sound on the shelf. Dinner will happen, or it won't, and either way the evening will continue. The child sits on the floor now. Blocks scatter in a loose circle, colors dulled by use. One block gets stacked carefully, then another, then both fall with a soft clatter. No one reacts right away. The sound is allowed to exist on its own. It does not interrupt anything important. The adult lowers onto a chair nearby. The body feels its weight all at once, thighs against the seat, back meeting the support. For a moment, there is no movement at all. Breathing slows, not intentionally. It happens the way it always does when sitting finally replaces standing. The room does not change, but something inside it does. A small hand reaches out, offering a block. The gesture is quiet and unremarkable. It is accepted without comment, fingers closing around the smooth edge. The block is warm from being held. It carries a faint trace of dust and something sweet. The adult turns it once, then sets it down with the others. There is a sound from upstairs, water beginning to run. Someone is washing hands, or a face, or just letting the water flow. The pipes respond with their familiar hum. Time feels different here. Not stretched, not compressed, just less demanding. The clock keeps going, but no one is following it closely. The table lamp clicks on. Its light is softer than the overhead one, leaving corners slightly dim. Shadows settle where they always do, behind furniture, beneath the table. A plate is placed on the counter. It waits without expectation. A second plate joins it, then a third, their surfaces catching the light. The child stands and wanders closer. A question forms, then dissolves into a hum. The hum floats briefly, then fades, leaving the room exactly as it was. Tiredness shows up in small ways. In the way shoulders slope forward. In the way eyes linger on nothing in particular. It does not announce itself as a problem. It simply sits there, like a coat that has not been taken off yet. The body knows it is there, even if no words are used. A fork is dropped into a drawer. It makes a quick, sharp sound, and stillness returns. Nothing feels disrupted. The adult notices the quiet between actions. Not the kind of quiet that demands attention. Just the space where nothing needs to be filled. The child returns to the blocks. One by one, they are gathered and placed into a box. The lid is not closed all the way, left slightly ajar. In that small gap, the evening continues. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing needs to be solved. The room holds everyone without asking for more. The light remains steady. The air stays warm enough. Later, the house grows quieter in a different way. Not empty, just slower. Sounds soften, as if wrapped in cloth. The sink is clear now. A single cup sits upside down on the towel, drying on its own time. Water clings to the rim, then slides down and disappears. The child has moved to the couch. Legs are tucked under, then stretched out, then tucked again. A blanket rests nearby, not yet needed. A book lies open on the table. The pages curve gently, held in place by their own weight. No one is reading it, and it does not mind. The adult stands by the window for a moment. Outside, the sky has settled into its evening color. There is nothing remarkable in it, only the familiar dimming that arrives every night. A neighbor's light flicks on across the way. It feels like a small signal, not meant to be answered. Just proof that other rooms are also easing into their own versions of quiet. The television has been turned off. Its dark screen reflects the room faintly. The reflection looks softer than the room itself. Footsteps pass through the hallway. They are unhurried. Each step lands fully before the next one begins. The bathroom door stays open. Steam from the shower drifts out and cools. The mirror fogs, then slowly clears from the edges inward. The adult sits again, this time without thinking about it. The body folds into the chair naturally. Hands rest where they fall, palms open, fingers loose. There is a pause where nothing happens. Not waiting, not expecting. Just a pause. The child speaks suddenly, naming something small that happened earlier. It is not important, but it mattered enough to return now. The story arrives without urgency. The adult listens. Not carefully, not intensely. Listening in the way that does not lean forward. The child finishes and goes quiet. There is no follow-up. The silence feels complete on its own. A clock ticks somewhere in the house. It is softer than it was earlier, or maybe it has always been this way. The sound marks time without pushing it forward. The blanket is pulled closer. It brushes against skin, familiar and thin. Warmth gathers slowly, not all at once. The adult notices the tiredness again. It feels different here. Less like weight, more like depth. It does not ask to be fixed. It does not come with a list. It simply exists, steady and low. The room holds that tiredness without comment. Furniture stays where it is. Walls do not shift. The child leans sideways, head resting against the arm of the couch. Eyes half close, then open again. The body tests stillness, then retreats slightly. A lamp is turned off. Another remains on. Light adjusts, finding a new balance. From the kitchen, a faint smell of food lingers. It is no longer sharp, just a trace. Enough to say the evening has moved forward. The adult's breath deepens. Not because of intention. Because the body knows it can. A sound comes from outside, distant laughter, then nothing. The window stays closed. The sound fades. The book on the table is closed now. A hand rests on its cover for a second longer than necessary. Then the hand moves away. In this quieter space, the day feels farther off. Not gone. Just less close. The child shifts again, settling more fully. The blanket slides and is adjusted. The movement ends naturally. The room grows still. Not perfectly. Just enough. Night arrives without ceremony. It does not replace the evening so much as lean into it. The house accepts the change quietly. The child has grown heavier against the couch. Breathing evens out, then pauses briefly, then continues again. Sleep tests the edges, not fully committing. A glass of water is set on the table. The sound is soft, a dull circle touching wood. A small ring of moisture forms beneath it and is left alone. The adult remains nearby. Not watching closely. Just staying. The lamp hums faintly. Its light no longer reaches every corner. Some parts of the room slip gently out of view. The air cools a little. Bare feet notice it against the floor. The body registers the change without naming it. A jacket is lifted from the back of a chair. It smells like outside in earlier hours. The fabric is folded once, then again, then placed where it can wait. From another room, a phone vibrates. The sound is brief. It fades without being answered. The silence that follows is not fragile. It holds. It settles back into place as if it had never been disturbed. The adult sits down again, slower this time. Knees bend carefully. The chair does not complain. There is a moment when nothing is being managed. No one is being guided. No outcome is being held in mind. The child stirs slightly. A foot slips free of the blanket. Toes curl, then relax. The blanket is adjusted without waking them. The movement is small and practiced. Hands know where to go. The adult's shoulders drop a fraction. It happens on its own. The body finds a position that asks less of it. The clock reads later than expected. Or maybe exactly what it should. Time feels less strict now. A hallway light is turned off. The click echoes briefly, then stops. Darkness takes its place without resistance. In the kitchen, the counters are clear enough. Not spotless. Just clear enough to be ignored. A note is seen on the fridge. The writing is familiar. It will still be there tomorrow. The adult leans back. The back of the chair presses gently. Support is given without comment. Thoughts pass through, thin and slow. They do not stack up. They drift, then move on. The tiredness remains. It has not disappeared. But it no longer feels like something to carry. It sits beside everything else. The quiet. The dim light. The slow breathing. The child makes a small sound in sleep. Not a word. Just a breath catching, then smoothing out. The adult notices it and then does not. Attention loosens. The moment holds on its own. Outside, a car moves down the street. Its sound grows, then fades. The night closes around it again. The room feels complete without doing anything else. Nothing is missing. Nothing is being asked for. The adult's hands rest in their lap. Warmth gathers there. The feeling is ordinary and enough. A long pause settles. Not empty. Just open. Much later, the house is almost still. Not asleep in a single way, but resting in parts. Each room holds its own quiet. The couch creaks softly as weight shifts. The sound feels louder than it is. It settles quickly, as if embarrassed to have spoken. The child sleeps fully now. Breath moves in a steady rhythm. Nothing pulls at it. The blanket has slipped again. One corner drags near the floor. It stays there, unnoticed and unimportant. The adult stands slowly. There is no rush to arrive anywhere else. The floor feels cool, then familiar, under bare feet. Lights are checked without thinking. One is left on, dim and low. The others rest in darkness. The hallway stretches longer at night. Shadows gather along the edges. They do not move when passed. A door is closed halfway. Not all the way. Just enough. In the bathroom, the mirror reflects a quieter version of the room. A face appears briefly, then turns away. There is no need to look closely. Water runs for a moment. Hands are warmed, then dried. The towel hangs back in its place, slightly crooked. The adult pauses. Not because something is wrong. Because stopping feels possible here. The tiredness is deep now. It feels less like an ache and more like a wide, calm lake. Still, but not empty. The house holds this tiredness easily. It does not ask it to leave. It does not try to make it useful. From outside, the night presses gently against the windows. A distant sound passes through, then fades. The glass keeps its quiet barrier. The adult returns to the living room. Steps are careful, learned. Each one knows where it belongs. The child's hair catches the light. Just a little. It will look different in the morning. A hand hovers, then rests briefly on the back of the couch. The touch is light. Almost symbolic, without intending to be. The body leans back again. The chair receives the weight. No adjustment is needed this time. Time moves in a softer way now. Minutes are no longer counted. They arrive and leave without notice. The air feels cooler. A deeper breath comes and goes. Nothing follows it. The mind drifts. Thoughts appear, then thin out. They do not ask to be completed. The house makes a sound. A pipe clicks. It stops. The tiredness stays. It does not threaten. It does not promise anything either. It is simply there. Like the dark outside. Like the quiet inside. The adult's eyes close for a moment. Then open. Then close again. Nothing is expected next. Nothing needs to happen. The night is already doing its work. Somewhere, far away, a car door shuts. The sound does not reach the house fully. It dissolves before arriving. The room remains. The chair. The couch. The sleeping child. The adult stays seated. Hands warm in their lap. Breathing steady. The moment does not resolve. It does not need to. It simply holds. The room has gone quiet enough, not silent, just settled. A small light stays on, dim and steady. It does not reach everywhere, and it does not try. The chair holds its shape. The couch keeps the warmth of earlier. The blanket rests where it fell. Somewhere a clock continues, patient and unbothered. Its sound blends with breathing, with the hum of a house at rest. Nothing asks to be finished. Nothing waits for explanation. The night does not require attention. Outside, the street carries on without this room. A light moves, then is gone. The window reflects only what is near. A hand shifts slightly. Fabric creases, then releases. The body stays where it is. Tiredness rests like air after rain. Present, clean, unforced. It does not need a name. The night holds its shape. The house holds its people. No one is carried anywhere else. Time loosens. Breath comes, goes. The moment does not close. It stays open, wide enough to sit in. Wide enough to leave alone. Eventually the light will be turned off. Morning will find the room again. For now, there is nothing to move toward. Nothing to gather. The chair remains. The quiet remains. The night keeps breathing. The house listens without effort. The dark feels complete. A pause settles and does not end. It lingers, unclaimed, unremarkable. This is enough for now. Enough to stop. Enough to stay. The room does not hurry. Neither does the heart. The night stays. Just like this.